Alright, guys. Evening at 3 a.m. Evening at this time, apparently. Today is the third first impressions video for PR4 ships, and we got on our list August von Parseval, AVP, is on today's list. Now, what I'm about to show you is classified information. Not really, though, but let's go ahead and take a look at our kit, and I'll just go ahead and explain some other stuff later. So, we got Rika Tachibana. I don't know who this is. I was expecting someone to be like kind of like Keqing, because I think Keqing was voiced by Eri Kitamura, who is one of my also favorite VAs. So, pretty excited about that. Now, who did August's artist draw? Shinano and Rosia Hibiki as well too. Good choice. Good choice. Nothing wrong with that. So, let's talk about her kit. So initially, I was expecting her to be kind of the worst ship in the batch, but let's find out. Let's see if she actually is the worst ship in the batch. Now, obviously, this is my opinions, and if you like her because I don't know, she's waifu with boobs and German or whatever, go for it. I don't care. But let's talk about her kit. Health 7,238. That's a lot for a carrier. Obviously, she's a PR ship, but that's a lot. That's a lot of health for a carrier ship. Not bad. Medium armor, as always. 120 reload. This is very, very slow right here. But she has a kit that boosts her reload, which I'll talk about later. So it's not that terrible. It's not that terrible. 0 luck, no firepower, no other stuff. It's what you expect, right? Anti-air is kind of high. 430 aviation is a solid. Not bad, not bad. Now let's talk about the gear. 140% fighters. That's quite a lot. 140% for fighters is a lot. Now, here's one of my problems with carriers and why they're so weird. So as you can tell, she has extremely high efficiency, one of the highest I believe for fighters in the game, and it's 140%, right? But there's only 2 planes. Notice how this right here, one of her highest efficiency, has the least amount. You have 2 fighters, 3 dive bombers, and 3 torpedo bombers. When fighters is one of the highest ones here. That makes no sense to me. But I guess they want her to have some damage or whatever. But nice attempt though, but not really happening. So there's that. 110% on dive bombers, pretty low, but that's kind of whatever. Dive bombers are not that great or whatever for except mob clearing, but that's a different question. That's not hard at all. And torpedo bombers, 140%, 3 planes. That's the standard now. But if she wants to be competitive or wants to be good, has to be 4. Has to be 4. So let's talk about her kit. Let's go right into the kit orientation of this part. I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna roast the hell out of her. I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm gonna try to be as soft as possible with this review of August von Parseval's first impression. First skill. When this ship launches an airstrike, 75% chance to inflict 234 damage, for whatever reason that is, to all enemies. That's nothing at all, but whatever, I'll take it. And gradually decrease their speed to 0 over the next 2.5 seconds. Honestly, I think there's a new standard now. Everything just has slow and stops nowadays. I don't know why that is. It helps, but like it's not that important. So I don't know why they do that, but I mean, by all means, go for it. Enemies remain at 0 speed for an additional 1 second, after which this buff expires and their speed. Okay. To me, this skill is like stop moving and just take a little bit of damage. I guess. Not a big fan of that, but whatever. I feel like everything has a slow nowadays, which is what I hate, honestly. It's like everything has a slow, everything has a stun. Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. Next skill. When this ship launches an airstrike, launches an aerial barrage. Damage scales with skill level. Light and medium armor. Enemies hit by this barrage takes 8% more aviation damage for 5 seconds. Now, this is a pretty unique buff because it works in a sense similar to Shokaku. So right here we have Shokaku's, which is basically each ship does 10% more damage or whatever. It's similar in a sense to that, but for 5 seconds. 5 seconds is a very small interval, by the way. But if you're doing like torpedo bombing with carriers, all these should hit roughly around the same time, so it's not that big of an issue. But this is pretty good though. I think I like the 8%. It's just not high value. That's the problem. But I like it. I like it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Very, very interesting right here. Very, very nice. Light and medium armor though, so that's unique. One of the first carriers in the game that specializes in light and medium armor compared to most carriers that are meant to just destroy heavy armor and whatnot. So there's that, and medium armor, but mostly just heavy and medium armor for the most part, not light armor. Now, however, skills has hex in them. You guys haven't noticed hex, hex, hex. Principle of insight, principle of shattering, principle of dominance. Interesting. Increases ship's damage dealt to light cruisers and heavy cruisers by 20%. Okay, that's a solid. If this ship is equipped with at least one iron blood aircraft, increases ship's aviation reload by 12% and fighter efficiency by 10%. That's a solid. That's a solid. So this ship right here is just meant to just blow up light cruisers and heavy cruisers for the most part. Not bad. That's very, very unique, but definitely not bad. Equip at least one iron blood aircraft. You can equip the new fighter, whatever. I gotta find it though. Fighters. The new fighter right here, which I'll talk about later. You can use this. I think was it this one? Yeah, it's this one right here. It has like rocket bombs, whatever. That's kind of cool. AP, by the way, so might be good on medium armor and whatnot, because that's what she specializes in. Not well, light armor too, but AP is better on medium armor. Reload aviation. A nice chunk of damage boost right here. Look at this: 20%, 12%, 10% efficiency. And then you have the 8% more damage to specific enemies or whatever. That's kind of good. That's kind of good. That's not bad, not bad, not bad. Fighter efficiency, whatnot, not bad, not bad. So for medium armor, might be okay. Might be okay. And increase siren killer, whatever, 15%. So my initial thoughts of this ship is that it's not terrible. Like on paper, it sounds pretty good, right? You have all these damage buffs, like 20%, 12%, 10% efficiency, 8% taken, or enemy take 10%. Wait, what? Hold up. Enemy hit by this barrage, takes 10%, 8% more aviation damage, so like your backline, right? So it's not bad. It's not bad. Now here's the thing. As an individual, her kit is good. The fighter efficiency is okay. It can stay there, honestly. But this power right here takes away from her entire kit. Now we have dive bombers, 3 of them at 110%, which is kind of whatever. Not the greatest, but whatever. And we have 3 torpedo bombers at 140%. That's not bad, but there's 3. Now, if you want to compete for a slot for aviation bombing, you would want 4. So, I believe she could work. Obviously, you're gonna play around some stuff. She's not gonna fit in the generic IJN setup. There's no way, because that one right there, you have Nagato, Shokaku, Shinano, and whatnot. She's not gonna fit in there. She's not gonna fit in there. If you were to use August von Parseval, you would do a 3 carrier setup. You would do Graf Zeppelin, Peter Strasser, and August von Parseval. Now, obviously, you would want to go first because you want to apply all these debuffs and stuff, right, for everyone else to go in. So, judging by the reload of the plane, if you can go first, it won't be terrible, but you have to run 3 carrier for KMS though, because she's not gonna fit in the IGN setup right now. HMS has like, well, she can fit in HMS, but she works best with IGN or KMS because you have Peter Strass. You can buff the reload time by its first 10% and whatnot of KMS fleets, so that's a solid. The speed or whatever is kind of whatever. But yeah, this buffs up for Peter Strasser as well, so she can work there. You're gonna have to play around with it, but I do see that like if you want to do 3 KMS of CV, this could be okay. It won't probably beat out IGN's setup, but it could be solid. It could be solid. Now, I don't think she's like game changing or breathtaking or whatever, but I feel that Peter Strasser's, well, I'm gonna show you guys her performance and whatnot as I'm talking about this. I feel that August von Parseval was designed as a ship to be the third carrier in a KMS setup, in the sense that we have Peter Strasser and Graf Zeppelin right now. She fits in the last slot to just be that third carrier that they need. And that's pretty much it. She doesn't do anything crazy. She's not a good standalone, because as a standalone, like I said before, she has all this going on, right? Like light armor. She's got light armor, medium armor stuff. Now, most carriers are good at medium armor, right? That's not a huge thing right there. But the reason why she's not good standalone is that even if she is good on light armor, there's no other carrier that's good on light armor as well. Most of the time, unless it's a very faction based build or whatever, you don't want to run like one carrier, one battleship, or one carrier, two battleship, or two carrier, one battleship. It's very, very rare. Very, very rare instances which you do setups like that. Like most people do like New Jersey, something, and Shinano, right? That's also a fleet. She's not going to fit there, because you're going to want to run 3 carriers, or you're going to want to run 3 battleships. If you're going to use August von Parseval on like light armor and stuff, she's the only carrier, like I believe she's like the only carrier in this game that specializes in light armor. So there's no one else that can be there with her to gain the most out of it. But yeah, that's just my first impression of August von Parseval. I think she will be amazing in a 3 carrier setup. It won't be game changing, won't be game breaking, but I think she's gonna be super, super good there. As a standalone, not really a big fan of it. There's a lot better debuffers out there and whatnot compared to her, but I think she's one of the better carriers in the game. Efficiency is all over the place, but the new fighters should fix most of the problems for the fighter slot. But I believe she's okay though. I don't think she's gonna be like super amazing, but she's gonna be okay. Just do a 3 KMS setup and whatnot, and you should be good to go. I don't think she's replacing Shokaku, Arc Royal, Shinano, stuff like them. But it'll be okay, because you just do 3 KMS if you love KMS. And I know a lot of you guys love KMS, so she can fit perfectly in there. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See y'all in the next one.